Good evening. We're back. We're back to do a quick little ooja me what's it and a thing of me bob and a doobry stuff and a thing and a what's it and stuff and things and now we're going to do it. How are we all? I hope everyone's well. For some reason mine says Amers don't. Let me see if I can change that. There we go. We're going to have a bit of a need to change that, don't we? Really can't have that. It's Duke and Andy. That's what it is. Who's in the chat? We got 10. Jesus Christ, we've only been going 30 seconds. Look, what's this shit?
30 seconds is a very long time.
It's 58, 59, 60. I tell you what, if time's good, 30 seconds should impress you. That's all I'm saying. Let's not worry about that. Who we got in the chat? Come and have a conversation with us, people. Who we got? Words and pictures. Welcome back, son. I'm pretty sure you were with us at 8 o'clock this morning. Yeah. It's always a pleasure. Oh, we're up to 12. Keep them coming. Come on, we're gonna start the show proper, I suppose. Once we get to about 2 minutes, so maybe 3. We'll bring people in. 13 people in. Come on, who we got? Stick some names in the chat. Stick a like on the video. Come on. And I'll tell you what, just because I can, right? What I'd like you to do right now, you lovely people, all right? Because we haven't done it for a little while because. You know, we had to go get a breather. I want you to like the video. I need you to subscribe, and then I need you to touch the bell. And for the ladies, touch your partner's bell. Touch your partner's bell if you need to. We're passing. I don't even know what time it is, mate. I took my watch off earlier. I think it went flat. 9:15. We're allowed. It's fine. Yeah. You beautiful people, let's press stop on that because we keep doing this. I tell you what, I'm turning into someone I don't want to be. So we've got 11. We've got words and pictures. Who else is out there? Come on, talk to me. Come on, talk to me, you lovely people. Talk to me. Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for you. Yeah. Come on, give me a shout. Yeah. Oh, no, 14. 14. We're going up. We're going upwards. The only way is up. So, according to this, we've only got 6 watching, which is a load of tosh. That's just a massive lie, isn't it? Let me mute that. We don't want that going on. Yeah. Let's, like that. Right, come on. Who's in the chat? Cal, you listen, you gorgeous man. Thank you for coming on earlier. It was very much appreciated, I have to say. Me and Andy did flag massively. I'll be honest, there was one point in the video, I think I was sitting like this. And I might have fallen asleep with my own hands. I was on my rear end. It's been such a long day. Casey, come in, Gaze. Go on, son. Come and have a chat. Why are you on mute? Why can't I hear you?
I'm not on mute.
There you are. How you doing, babe? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, no, it was, mate, honestly, I don't know how you've done it. It's just ridiculous. It's like, you remind
me of Dickie Davis on Gillette because I have to wear a suit on Gillette. And we're live at St Andrews and it's Dickie Davis with all the hand movements.
Oh, look. There's old Appy from the other room. Look.
It's mind-numbing. It's like, I got to be honest with ya. I'm sort of like, I'm on Twitter trying to find little nuggets of information, stories breaking and all the rest of it. And it's like...
Find nuggets on Twitter. Twitter After Dark is the hashtag there, son. You might find what you need if you're looking for little nuggets.
Okay. Or them fields what are just down the road.
Well, there's actually a place, Casey, there's a place in Bexley, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Yes.
There's a place in Bexley if you're looking for them films.
Yeah. Can I just give a shout out?
Yeah, go on. Where are we going? To Kent. Kent's been here all day. He's been here since the very start.
I want to salute Kent.
Hats off to that man.
I know. We've been on different streams, and your input, Kent, has been amazing. And yeah, you're just Kent, mate. Thank you very much.
It's been a long day. Listen, we've got 15 people in the chat.
I don't know how you've done it. I've got to say.
Like on the video, get your asses over and hit that thumbs up button. Come on, you 17 people, hit the thumbs up button. I want to get at least 10 likes on this video. We're gonna cover. Touch the bell. I wasn't ready for it, Gatesy.
Gatesy, this is the new saying: like, subscribe, touch your bell, or if you're a girl, touch your boy's bell. Boy's bell.
You cocked it up. You cocked it up. I'll let you off. You're probably tired.
What's going on? Not Coke. You had a drink of Coke.
Yeah. What you say?
Oh dear.
Listen, I wouldn't have blamed you after the day we've had. I wouldn't have blamed you, son. Right, listen. We basically, Gatesy, the idea was we came up and you'd gone.
Yeah.
You
Correct.
pissed off.
Because I'll be honest, it was boring.
It was hard, wasn't it? I know. We did 12 hours of that boring.
Let me rephrase that. It wasn't boring to talk to the people that we had in the live chat and on the stream. Because obviously Gonzo rocked up and but it was looking at Twitter and it's like I'm putting up Antoine Griezmann's going from Barcelona to Atletico Madrid just to fill the time, and it's like, really? I'm a West Ham fan. This doesn't affect me. I couldn't really give a shit.
You know what? This is what we were saying. I mean, earlier today for us, it was a little bit easier for me and Andy. At one point on video, we had Russ and Anton from from Hammers Network, West Ham Network. We had Luke from Free Hammers. We had Dan and Jace from West Ham TV, West Ham Fan TV, and then obviously we had the two of us. And
Gio.
We had Gio was there as well, so it made it a lot easier for us because basically what we could do is we could sit back, and the other guys kind of created the conversation that we jumped in and made our points across. So it made it a bit easier for us, you know, during the earlier period of the day. We hit 6 o'clock, and I'll be honest with you, once we hit 6 o'clock and obviously it got a bit noisy in the pub and we had to move, I felt, I don't know about you, mate, but I felt like I'd hit a wall. And as I said there just before you came in, Casey, I kind of sat there at one point with my head in my hands, rubbing my eyes, and I actually think I fell asleep.
You looked like you were struggling. I got to say, mate, towards the end, before you sort of like, you know, went away, I looked at the pair of you and thought, Jesus Christ, they've had enough.
I get, you know, we spoke to Charlie earlier. Charlie Boy came on, Top Lad Charlie. He came on and he said, you know, they did a 24-hour stream before, but between like all of them, we've done the best part. Well, we did best part of 12 hours solid. There was that little break where we had to move the equipment around and bring it up into this room. We pretty much did a 12-hour solid stint with maybe a half-hour gap, two lots of 15 minutes. It wasn't really a
gap though, was it?
It wasn't, because we went and spoke to the Leicester fan in the other bar, Alan, and then we kind of worked out what we wanted to eat, and it was just like shit. We hit a wall when we came up here, and of course this room's quite warm, so I'm just like, sleep now.
Ain't you got a window in there?
No, we have, but if I open it, because of where this room is, I'm right above the kitchen. So you have the extractor fan. So this is why I have to keep the window shut. It's all right when I'm up here, when the kids are not in bed or Logan's not playing Fortnite screaming his lungs up in the other room. I can have these doors open, which creates like a through draft through the two rooms. But
and I just want to say, it's not because we've done a shit stint. I know. This is my second favourite channel, West Ham Fan TV, have just gone live. So nearly 59,000 people are probably going to start watching. Well,
Hammers Chat are live as well. So
are they?
Hey,
we've only got 11 viewers. I'm guessing that's the reason why.
Listen, I don't care that we've only got 11 viewers. Those 11
13,
viewers,
12, 10.
Most of them have been around with us for most of the day, so I'm not gonna moan about it. Listen, at the end of the day, we're always going to be competing. We've decided to come on and just do a quick,
people can watch this later.
Yeah, I literally wanted to come on and do maybe a quick 20-minute, half hour kind of just a roundup of what was our window. Not even just a roundup of our day. I was going to call it a roundup of our day, and Miles, you went, you know what? Call it a roundup of the window, because at the end of the day, it didn't just boil down to this one. And obviously, have you seen the video, Gatesy, since you came offline for a bit of Suchek and Sue Fowl with Alex Fowl? Yeah. Mate, I won't lie to you. I grinned like a schoolboy and listen, what's the time? We're all right, aren't we?
Yeah, you can swear.
Yeah. I grinned like a schoolboy who was having his dick sucked for the first time. I'm not going to lie to you. Honestly, It was brilliant to see those three boys together have the arms around each other, and then Libor Seka, the old Czech embassy representative.
Ambassador, yeah.
He's posted on Twitter. I've got to go all the way over here. It's on a different screen. He posted on Twitter that Král means king.
Yes.
And that the West Ham kingdom will now be stronger. And I was like, that's banging. I couldn't love that bloke anymore. I'm actually going to reach out to him and see if he wants to sponsor our channel. I don't give a monkeys. We're going to have a conversation. And it was just, like, honestly, it was great. And I know we've still got, about an hour and 28 minutes, 38 minutes of this. Yeah, 38 minutes of this to go. I have to say, all of these people that are on there, and I was one of them earlier. We haven't replaced Haller yet. So we're now going for a full calendar year with only one senior striker in our club. And that senior striker started out to be a right back. But as West Ham Matters, Brownie, West Ham Matters on Twitter has just put, he's replied to someone and said, so we sold Haller in January to replace him with no one 9 months later. So Brownie's actually replied, we finished 6th without him. We had a record Premier League wins and points without him. We've made the Europa League group stages without him. We're currently 2nd in the league without him. We have our strongest squad in God knows how long without him. Are we actually missing him, Haller? No, we're not. Are we actually missing currently a second striker? No, we're not. Now, in a few weeks' time, that might change. Now, we know that Antonio's been called up to the Jamaican squad, and it could cause a little bit of a strange one. I'll tell you what, that's what? No way.
Sounds like a Sullivan special, doesn't it?
That's only £6 million more than we've just paid for Vasic. Now, don't get me wrong. I guarantee you his wages is going to be significantly more than Vasic is on. But my fucking good God,
we've got the wrong player.
We've got the mate.
Time will tell. Time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
We're only joking.
I've got to say, I have to say, the 12 people in the chat, and if you haven't liked the video yet, come on, get over there and do so, please. We're only on 6. Come on, there's at least 6 more. Like it, subscribe it, and touch my bell. That's all I'm asking. Come on and touch my bell.
What could possibly go wrong? Touching his bell.
800k a week. I don't think we. Well, that's only 400k a week over here because he'd lose 50% of that in tax to the government. That'd certainly play for another eat out to help out, wouldn't it? I'm just saying. Out. Do you
know someone? No. Do you know someone who's praying that doesn't happen?
Aguero.
My son.
Why is that?
He hated that, dude, because I'm sure you're probably aware.
Oh, what? He had to help out, George?
Yeah,
did he really?
he hated
I loved it.
I'm sure you did.
Not because. To be honest, Rob, we lost money in the grand scheme of things because the discounts actually screwed us over. But it was just good to have people back in the pub again and to be busy. You know, we've been without it for so long. So, Mark, I really don't mean the cat that got the cream. No, I meant the schoolboy that got his dick sucked for the first time. I ain't going to lie to you. But your comment above there, my friend, that one, Gacy's got something over the tyres. Thank you. Listen, the fact that you were able to dip in and out, it was this man's idea all day long. He was the one that wanted to come up with a full day stream. It proved a little bit too much, and we had to take a little bit of time out. But it was, I'll be honest with you, it was great fun. I really enjoyed. I just wish.
Don't forget, we're still learning though, aren't we? Let's we've tried something and we've gone so far with it, and maybe it's we've hit a little bit of a brick wall. But when next transfer window comes, we can tweak it a little bit and maybe start the stream at, I don't know, midday, something like that, 1 o'clock,
3 o'clock, 4, 5,
yeah.
Maybe 5 to 11. That'd be great. That'd be amazing. I can deal with a 5 to 11 stream. They're going to have more strikers than we've got midfielders. I just want to say.
Can we have one of them?
Would you want? Who would you want? Him?
Benteke.
No. Temperamental prick.
I'd have Benteke all day long.
I know he's not. I know he's not a striker, but we'll have Eze.
He's another midfielder. What have I just said, for fuck's sake?
He's crooked.
Right, come on, there's 15 of you. Listen, there's 15 of you. We've only got 9 likes. Get your rear ends back to the video and hit like. I just want one more. 10. Come on. 10.
I'll tell you what.
You are not allowed. Seriously.
I could probably like it. Hang on.
Yeah, but that feels like a cheap win.
Shut up. There you go.
That feels like sitting on. That feels like.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Just for you, Duke.
That's still the same.
Just for you, right? I'm going to sign in on my personal account, and I'm going to like that as well. How do you like those onions?
Have you just liked it from the Full Try account? Gatesy, have you just liked it from the Full Try account?
I've done it from the Full Try and mine. There you go.
Exactly, from the Full Try account.
Why not?
That don't count. Surely.
Where does it say in the rules that I can't do that? Where does it say in the rule book that I'm not allowed to do that? Does it?
He's given me an extra monitor, Gatesy, over here. Right? I've got my laptop here. I've got my laptop here, but my screen for this is over here because he's given me a laptop. He's given me a screen.
Is this a permanent transfer or is it a loan?
I think it's a loan with a possibility to buy.
One of the monitors come back from a building site got lost. I don't know.
What happened to it?
I don't know.
I fell in my lap.
Just like that.
I've got to say, it's bloody handy. But the thing is, my mouse keeps ending up on the big monitor because I keep doing the comments down the side, and I want to be on my laptop. And it's like I have to drag it now 30 extra feet all the way over it.
The idea is, we won't do it until I go, is you have them both side by side and then you move from left up and it makes it a lot easier.
It might do in your mind, considering that this is what you do for a living. We're in a pub. Alright, I don't dick around with monitors and shit.
Should we swap work for a day and see who
laughs?
Speaking of pubs, apropos absolutely nothing. Milesy, what's your favourite beer?
Beer?
Coors.
Coors.
That's it. He's nailed it.
Yeah.
That's mine. We had a couple downstairs before we came up. Couple games of Paul.
It has to be on draft though.
Oh yeah.
Like you want about draft, but
you can have bottled. Have it bottled. Whatever your preference is.
I love a red stripe as well though.
Do you know I've never had red stripe?
It's Jamaican, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I have to say, I can drink Coors Light out of a bottle as well as I can drink Coors Light out of a draft.
You lot in the live chat, you don't get away with it as well. Come on, your favourite beers. It could be a lager, it could be a bitter.
That's right.
It could be anything.
I can deal with that. Although
there's 18 of you. Come on, hit like. Don't forget.
Subscribe and touch the bell.
Like, subscribe. Belly.
I don't find that funny when I say it. When you say it, I'm done. So,
do you know what we've got to do? As like and subscribe, we've got to have it written up at the top as well.
Fucked off.
Touch the bell. We're going to have to come up with one, aren't we?
We're going to have to find an interactive one where a bell actually rings. Like subscribe and ring the bell.
A pint of plain. I'm guessing he means the black stuff.
I'm guessing he does.
I'm guessing he means
he does.
I'll tell you what. I'm not allowed to say that.
I'm going to go Guinness, but it would have to be in Ireland because in England it just.
A pint of interviewed Princess Diana a few years back. Anyway,
easy.
Listen,
because we've actually done well. 19 minutes, and we've not even talked.
We haven't even spoken about it. So we're going to start now. Come on, right? So transfer window. Now, Gatesy.
When's that start?
January. We got it planned. Don't worry.
We do realise it's from 1986, 1995, 86 season.
Right. I'd like to point out in January there will be more bullshit, but I think we're going to be quiet for a few months. But there will be more bullshit coming up. Let's not lie. But for now, we're done.
We've got some involvement. See, I've started something here. Jameson's. Ooh. Captain Morgan. Or Hennessy. He doesn't drink beer.
I'll tell you what I was about to say. He's an Hennessy boy. He's certainly up here on the palette of brandies. He's not dicking around with your Cavotier or your Remy, he's gone straight in top of the range with your with your Hennessy. My favourite beer is the one I'm drinking.
That's a good answer.
My favourite football team or baseball team. See, my favourite football team is, I've got two. I've got West Ham and anyone that's playing Millwall. And my favourite baseball team is Boston Red Sox or anyone who's playing the New York Yankees. Mark, I'm not quite sure you need to be boasting about that, if I'm honest. The fact that you like getting plied with Elvis's juice. That, although I do believe that is a beer
all shook up.
I think he might have been all shook up, but I think that's a beer brewed by Brewdog Elvis juice. They sell it next door in the co-op.
They plant a tree every time they make a beer or something. They turn.
They do every time that something new
They're
comes.
going to run out of space eventually, for Christ's sakes.
Well, they're not every bottle of beer they produce, genius. Jesus.
Well, that's what they said.
And how, just to let you know, for a bottle of a single Jameson's and Canada Dry Ginger Ale in my pub is only £3.49. So come on over, son, and you can have a bloody good night.
So he's got. So you're telling me he's got to jump on an EasyJet flight, find himself accommodation for a £3 odd drink.
I can sort him out accommodation. There's a Premier Inn at the bottom of the hill, right next to a Burger King, so we can come up here, get absolutely bollocks, roll down the hill opposite by the lads of the village gate, see, over the bridge, Burger King, and then into his room. He's set. I think he'd be job done, mate.
He's on his way, apparently.
I'll tell you what. I'll send him the water wings so he can swim over. He'll be fine. Anyway, listen.
Or a jet ski.
Don't listen. Stop trying to divert me. I'm trying to get back to the transfer window, and it's why we're in the yellow time.
22 minutes and 16 seconds and counting.
I've got one on. We're going to do this. Come on.
You can leave your hat on.
You can leave your hat on.
Don't start him singing. Oh, God. Everyone's starting to unlike the video. Christ.
Slow. Anyway, right, Casey.
Yeah.
Our transfer window starting.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I've just had a message. Let me just do the necessary.
You're a local cow. Screw that, son.
Boom. Hang on, I've only just realised he's probably sitting there watching and saying, "Look at your phone," and I just have. There you go.
What?
Continue.
Who's what? Hey?
He'll be here in a minute.
Me?
He'll be here in a minute.
If he turns up, I'm out. Right, I will leave. If he rocks up, I'm going to be.
Who?
It doesn't matter who. We'll wait and see. That's all I'm saying. We'll wait and see. Right,
Gonzo again.
Oh no, if it's Gonzo, I'll be fine with that. That's fine. I like Gonzo. I've got plenty of time for Gonzo. So Casey, tell me, what do you think about our transfer window as a whole before we go into individuality? How do you think, as a grade of 1 to 10, with the players we've put in and the players we've let go out on loan, or grade me on a 1 to 10. All I want is the 1 to 10. I don't want anything else.
Can I give half marks?
No, that's cheating.
7.
I just said, why you
7.
7. All right.
7. I think it would have been.
I already said your number this time. I don't want your number. I didn't say anything else. Okay. Hold your horses.
Everyone else in the chat as well. Mine's an 8.
Lovely. Anyone in the chat, tell me your numbers. Now, you know what? I'm going to agree with Mark, and I'm going to agree with Casey. Why am I only seeing this over here now on the YouTube video? I didn't see you do it. I was obviously
because you weren't looking, you prat.
There's no need for you. There's no need.
I'll do it again if you like.
Come back over here in a minute. Watch. I agree with an 8. If we could have got one more in. And I know
given a half mark, I'd have gone 7.5.
I know we've only got an hour and 24 minutes to go, and I'd like to think right now we're probably trying to submit a intention to sign for someone else. I'd like to think that that's the possibility. Right now, for me, it's an 8. Cal's got a 7. Mark's gone with an 8. You've gone with a 7.
8.
And you've gone with an 8, Andy. Gatesy, tell me why you've gone with a 7.
I think if he'd have got in, and this is me being possibly a little bit idealistic, but I definitely think if he'd have got in a striker to either give Antonio competition or at the very least backup, along with possibly with a left back, a proper left back, I'd have probably gone, do you know what, that's probably a 9. Those 2 extra signings would have taken it to a 9 for me.
Okay.
Do you not think, though, that... And put yourself in Moyes' shoes for this, and we've done really well with this over the few months leading up to where we are now.
Yep.
Put yourself in Moyes' shoes. Do you not think that just for these first 4 months of the season, August, September, October, November, December, 5 months, that Moyes must be happy with Cress, Masuaku and Ben Johnson?
Yes.
Shut up.
I know. Why do you have to bring somebody to crash the party when the party's going so good?
Hey, well, I ain't even pissed enough for him. I'm really not. We've only had 2. I'm gonna have to swim across and punch him. Right, Peach, give me your scale. And I only want on a 1 to 10, Peach. Just a number.
Yes, sir.
We'll come back. Just a number, 1 to 10. Your transfer window on a scale of 1 to 10.
5.
Oh,
Right, we're definitely coming back to you in a minute. Right, Gatesy, do you, as I said there, do you not think that Moyes is happy with Mass and Cresswell, with Johnson being able to play both sides, Fredericks and Soufal out there, the 2 Czech boys and Rice in the middle. The fact that we can rotate those front 4, 5, 6 players that we've got, including Vlasic now. No, Simon, we are. Hang on, I've got to scroll 45 miles to be able to see it. We're all good, Simon. Thank you. We had a couple when we went back downstairs, and the man's driving home, so we're all good though. Thank you for the beer earlier; it was much appreciated. Do you not think he feels he's got a good enough squad to take us through till January, where he can then reevaluate if we win 6 out of 6 in Europe, which I will be pissed off if we don't? Do you reckon that's what he's doing? He's got what he needs for these next 5 months, and he will then evaluate once we get to January?
yes, possibly. But then my 7 out of 10 score wasn't on the basis of what David Moyes thinks. It's on the basis of what I think.
Yeah, no. I was just going by. If we'd got the extras in, you would have had a higher number.
I mean, sort of like saying about the left back. I mean, I love Cress, but he's 31 now. Masuaku isn't a left back, and neither's Ben Johnson, quite frankly.
No, I listen. We've had these conversations numerous times, and we have. I completely agree with you. I would love to see Ben Johnson naturally out. I think during one of the pre-season games, he actually ended up playing right wing. If my memory serves me right, it was might have been against Celtic.
Yeah, I think it was.
He ended up further forward with Fredericks behind him. Now, I'm not saying that that's something that Moyes may entertain as we go forward, but I mean, like I say, we've still got over an hour to go, and it would be interesting. Sorry, hang on. Let me see if I don't know if I'll be able to share it.
What?
No, Thomas Soucek. Thomas Soucek 47 minutes ago put on Twitter, sports agent Soucek continues. Welcome to our club, Alex Krau. And Vladimir Soufal has replied to him, just you, seriously? And then Alex Krau has actually replied to the pair of them saying, I didn't know how many agents I actually have until now.
So, in answer to Zach's question, I very much doubt it. I very much doubt it.
again, comes back. Listen, as me and Andy spoke about several times earlier in the day, I would have loved to have. I'd love for us to gone out and got a striker, but Moyes is actually obviously confident with what we have. Now, if behind the scenes currently we're working on Lingard, if currently behind the scenes we're working on Origi as both loan deals, then so be it, right? I will say an 8, and the reason I say an 8 is because I feel that what we've got has strengthened our squad. You know, if you look, we've allowed Coventry, we've allowed Odebeku to go out on loan. I think the importance of them getting game time, and by that I mean actually proper game time, not playing in a namby-pamby under-21s league where they're playing against people of their own experience and their own age range and size. These guys are going out against, and Gatesy, we noticed this when they played Ebbsfleet. They were coming up against seasoned footballers. And to a degree, they were taught a lesson at points by the 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, even 34-year-olds that were playing in that game. They were taught a lesson. And I think that's what they lack when they play in the under-23 league all the time. They're playing up against someone of their own experience, of their own body type, of their own athletic ability, if you will, because none of them have progressed beyond that. They need to be coming up against a centre-back that's willing to stick an elbow in the back of their head when they go up for it. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to learn how to play against it. So, for me, I think it's brilliant that the two boys have gone out on loan. I'm a bit disappointed. I would love to have seen a little bit more of Connor Coventry this year. But that being said, I will certainly follow. The boys' performances out on loan, same as I will with Odebeku. But I think the players we've got in, Areola strengthens our goalkeeping issue by 300-fold. Is he better? So Fabianski was first choice last year. Backup was Martin and Randolph. Fabianski is, several huge steps clear of those two players. Okay, Areola now coming in for me is several huge steps clear of Fabianski, which puts him a number of huge steps away from what we had as backup before. So therefore, he's now number one, and Fabianski's number two. With those two boys, no disrespect, they're not our quality anymore. Zuma comes in, and is he a upgrade on Diop and Dawson? Damn right he is. Damn right. So therefore, that's a big step forward. You know, Alex Kraut, is he a step up on Connor Coventry right now? Yes, I believe he is, because he has
100%. He has experience too. He has experience. 100%.
Hopefully, Connor Coventry will go out and gain that this season and come back a better player. Will he come back better than Alex Kraut? Probably not, because he's only going to have one season of that experience. But it's all about moving forward, and we have strengthened that side. Vlasic comes in. Is he an upgrade on Yarmolenko?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, does Moyes think he can turn Vlasic from a winger into a striker like he did with Arnie and Antonio? Yeah, I believe he might be able to. That's what he's seen, and that's what he's gone out and got. So they're my reasons why I've gone with an 8. If we could get a striker as backup to Antonio, let me rephrase that. Someone who's going to push Antonio the whole way with regards to pushing Antonio to either be better or trying to take Antonio out of the team, altogether, i.e. maybe a Divock Origi, then it's a 9 for me, because that's a big bump forward. But that's where I'm at. Peach, why is yours only a 5? And then we're at yours.
Because you know why KT, Duke, and Mozzie, my people, my friends, my lovely personality, sports
thought
among
I
to
love it.
the
I was
best.
gonna be really
Say
worried.
that. I know I'm getting sloppy. I don't care. I had a bit of cider, dog. So I don't care. I'm getting sloppy, dog. It's off. But it's like, yo, I'll show you this, man. It's a 5 because I think if we got that Luther cat at left back and we got somebody like Bamba, I think that would have completed it whole. Like 360 degrees to blue cheese. I think that would have completed it all. I don't think we completed it all. I don't think we did. We're close. We're very close. Good business, but we didn't complete it all. It's like you do a jigsaw puzzle, you're missing 2 pieces. We're missing them 2 pieces, dog. That's just me. That's why it's a 5.
That's that. You know what? That's a fair comment, mate. To be fair,
Thank you.
you're right in what you say about it's like the jigsaw puzzle itself. And yeah,
Yeah,
you know what? If you look at it like that, then we're not complete. Um,
no, but we're close. Like, don't get me wrong, we're close, and we might be able to like go 2, 3, 4 days, equaling out to like 5, 6 months without those 2 pieces. We might be able to do that. And I hope we do. I think we will do because Moyes can change a winger into a striker. He has the ability to do those things. So I don't think we're like I don't think we're on the wrong side of the tracks. I just think we could have been on the right side of the tracks with a left back and a offensive midfielder, attacking midfielder up front. That's just me. I think it's a good window, but it's a 5 for me, man. I think it could have been better. I think our owners are pure scum. That's just me. I'm sorry to say, but I think
do
they
you not
after
think
like
they've backed? Do you not think they've backed Moyes in this in this transfer window? The board. Do you reckon they've backed Moyes?
yeah, I think they did to a certain extent, but they only put their hands in their pockets just as much as they could reach the coins. They didn't
I mean,
really
listen,
go
I
in.
don't.
They didn't
I
really go
mentioned
in, dog.
earlier, Pete. I think you were on earlier when I mentioned it that
What's that?
their job is to take us forward as
Yeah,
owners. Their job is to help us compete with the best of the best within their means. Let's not mess around. You
they're
know,
not doing that. They're not doing that.
unfortunately, for us to compete with the best of the best, we need Sheikh Mohammed Douda. We need one of these
Dude,
guys to
dude,
come in
dude,
that's
dude, dude,
got.
dude, Reggie, dude, listen to me, dog. Listen to me. You have the most successful year at your pub. You get me? You have the most successful year. Drinks are selling, food selling, everything's going good. And then you go to the owner and you go to the financial people that are backing it and say, listen, we've had the best year in 22 years. Let's take it up a level. And they're like, we'll give you this much. And you're like, no, we just had the best year we had in 22 years. Give me
I
everything.
want to know my
And they
conversation
said
tomorrow.
gives you everything. And Brady Sullivan and Gold ain't giving them everything. It's like
Listen,
they disgust me. I want to spit on them, kick them, punch them all at the same time. They're
Do you
not
listen.
not like them
they're,
very
they're
much,
not
Pete?
understanding where we are right now. Like we could be top of the league for the whole season if they invested in us, man. But they don't want to invest in us. It's bollocks. I hate it. Like we could have
If
made this
I if
transfer
I
window
could
into
say
a
to you,
Pellegrini
Pete,
transfer window for blood
Do I
crap's sake, guys.
do I
if I
sense,
could
Pete, that
say
you're
to
not a
you,
fan
Pete,
of
that you said you
BSB?
want to. Well, he says he wants to spit on them, but one of them was in an industry where that was acceptable, and she probably may have enjoyed it. I'm just saying. I mean, they're rumours, but I think Miss Fawley might have enjoyed that.
I think
What, spitting
Allegedly.
python?
I think that's what she was. I think that's what one of them
She was
was.
Craven Moorhead.
Yeah.
Yes, I think she may well have been at some point in her
You get
not
what I'm
the first
saying, dog.
attack, certainly in
Yo,
Craven
you
Moorhead.
get what I'm saying,
Might have
dog.
been. So Andy, why an 8? Can you remember?
Yeah.
All right.
When we done the tier list, wow, that seemed long ago, doesn't it? That seems a long. I illustrated what a goalkeeper that we need. I think and I've been proven right on that. So Areola is a quality goalkeeper. So I
The
think
best.
that Saturday was the prime example why we need a new goalkeeper. I had my doubts on Newcastle, had my doubts sort of on Leicester, but he weren't really tested. I think there was some worrying stat that he's had like 7 shots on target and we've conceded 6 goals or something stupid like that. Like face 7 shots on target. Do you see what I mean? Like that's the bit what worries me. I actually can't remember Fabianski really making a save, to be honest, which is. I know you can blame the defence as well. Obviously, he's got turned. Dawson got turned inside out. But yeah, so we've got that player in. Zuma, what a player he is.
Good signing.
Premier League
Good,
winner,
good
European winner.
signing, Andy. Yep.
I'm buzzing over that. But the most is the creativity what we've got. Just think what level Ben Rama's at now, and what Vlasic. He's going to come in, different ideas, and Bowen, for example, he probably thought his place was pretty much guaranteed. Now he's got to step up. Ben Rama's got to step up anyway, but which he has done. I mean, so I think it's a very good window. It would have been if we got anything else, it would have been even more.
I mean, that's a great window.
Yeah.
That will be a great window right there. I am very encouraged with what we've now got. And let's be fair, there's a few players that are going to be away on international duty. I get that. But these boys are going to come back. They're going to spend some time with Moyes before Southampton away. Okay. And Moyes, obviously, listen, the 3 we've got in, and what did fill me with absolute confidence was the second one that we got in, Kurt Zuma, was Moyes' number 1 target.
Yeah.
He identified Zuma at the start of the window. We know this because it was leaked, okay? And Moyes went batshit over it because we are slowly becoming more and more professional and the leaks are slowly stopping. Okay, and we know this because let's be honest. How many times have you seen Sullivan tweet today? Absolutely fuck all.
I don't know. I think he's.
I think he's had his phone taken away from him and he's been grounded.
No, I think he's been craving more head off his wife.
I think he's been craving more, or he's stabbed him. No, shh, stop it. They're so videos.
Do you reckon he's the one who?
I reckon no. He probably got himself stuck in the washing machine.
I reckon she wears the strap on.
Shut up!
Oh my word, this is taking a turn for the worst. Anyway, back on track. Stop it.
12 porn.
Oh, allegedly. Listen, Moyes wanted the players that he's got. Okay.
Yeah.
The Crowell one was leaked back in June, if I remember rightly, because Aaron from AH7, I think his Twitter handle is. He's the one that does the YouTube the pictures. Let me see if I can, because we got one up on there from earlier, didn't we? There he is. AH7 Design. He was the one that gave us this picture here that I posted up. So I'm going to give him credit. His name is AH underscore design, AH7 underscore design. He was the one that put this out, and he actually put this out back in June the 2nd. He actually put this out. When we were originally linked with him. So he obviously put this together, saying, look, we've been linked, this is, and I quite like it. I've already reached out to the young man or old man, I don't know how old he is, to help us with some graphics for our YouTube channel, Gatesy. I've actually reached out to this guy with possibly some help. And I'm hoping that, that was leaked. Moyes went batshit. Everything went quiet, and we got the deal done today. I'm hoping that's the way it went because we're now becoming more professional in what we do. Don't get me wrong, I'm not holding my breath because we are West Ham, and the people that are in charge of us are the ones that are in charge of us. But fingers crossed that's where we're going. And if Moyes is happy with what we've got in, if he's not pushing for a striker for the last hour and 4 minutes,
I hope he is though. I hope he is too. I really hope he is. Like that
listen,
Carvalho from Fulham, he'd be magic
if
with
he
us.
is, that's because that's
Honestly,
what he wants, Peach. If he is,
I get
that's
you. I
just
get
what
you.
he wants, and not something that's being forced into his hand.
I get
It's
you.
not a present that's being dropped off at
Yes,
the training ground by David Sullivan.
yes,
It's something that Moyes
yes,
wants. Now, if that's the
yeah,
case, brilliant. I'm
yes,
fully behind that. But if this
yes,
is all Moyes wants from this transfer window, then
yeah.
I'm fully
He done
behind
did
him.
it.
And
Yeah,
if he thinks this is going to be enough to get him through to January, when he can do a little bit more business and maybe take Lingard off of United's hands if nothing happens now, then I'm fully behind Moyes for that, and I'm fully going to be in Moyes we trust. Come on, Barney. I know you're there. I know he's talking to
no,
you.
it's not
Come
Barney.
on, Barney.
It's Betty. It's Betty. Oh, say hello. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Who's Betty?
Betty is gonna say hello. You got Barney and you got Betty. Betty's
It's
making an
your
appearance.
mum.
Watch me.
That
Get
sounds
in
like
there.
your mum.
Watch
Get
me,
your mum
son.
on.
Watch
Come on.
me.
Hey! This is Pete. It's
Betty's
Pete.
in the building. Betty's in the building. Rah, rah, rah.
Hello, Betty.
Betty, I've got one question for you.
Another one.
What's
How in
that?
God's green earth do you put up with him?
How God's gonna let you put up with me? It's very difficult, me.
It must. It's a mother's love,
With
isn't
great,
it?
I'll tell you what,
Mother's
like
love.
the rest of us then, with great difficulty.
Yeah, one at a time. They only
Make
make
sure
one
you look
piece. They
after
only
her,
make
Pete.
one piece. Straight up. After that, they stop it. They stop it. It's like, no more, no
Make
more.
sure you look after her. Look, Mike
Yeah,
said hello,
okay.
Mum. There's a lot of love for your mum in the chat, Peach. There's a lot of love. Everyone's saying
Oh,
hello.
thank you.
Great stuff.
Oh.
Bless. I tell you what, listen, right? With great difficulty, exactly, Charlie. You've dealt with this bloke on streams. You know exactly what it's like. There's more headache than it's worth sometimes. Peach, we love you. Just so you know, we do love you.
Yeah, listen, I love y'all. Y'all are the best, man. It's like, yo, it's nothing but love, and I love that, man. Like, you see so many West Ham channels, they rival one another, but we just support one another. Like, whenever you guys do two things, I like, yo, share
We're
it,
all
like it,
for the
yo,
same thing.
put it here, put it there, put it everywhere. And it's like other shows don't do that, man. But we're in unison. We're in unison, straight up. Big up for it
20,
tomorrow.
20
Subscribe,
20 of you
Like,
like,
watching.
and
touch my
share.
bell.
Done ya.
Like,
Ring
subscribe,
bell.
touch the bell. That's the mantra.
Ring my bell.
Wow.
Ring my bell. Anyway,
Ring my bell.
They've gone past the point of being tired. Now it's like they're pissed.
no, actually, it's very sober. To be fair, I'm just.
No, I'm saying it's like you're pissed.
Oh no,
You're
I'm
not.
good.
but-
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm overtired, Casey. That's the
Yeah,
problem right now.
you get to
I'm
that
done.
point where you're not tired anymore, aren't you?
Nah, I'm
pushed
good,
on
dog.
through.
I had a kid like between the day just because I woke up so early to get on the Duke and Laundry, so I had a little kid. But like now, I'm doing you straight up.
You know what? I'm knackered. I'm on my arse
I
here.
thought you might be.
What I will say is, you lovely people, right? Those of you, 15 of you that are in the chat, 22 that have liked the stream, those of you that have been on and off with us from the very start, when me and Andy logged in this morning and started this marathon. It's the only way I can describe it. I know we've had a couple of hours out, and
Yeah.
if I'm honest, I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't get to do the whack. But I just think there was an absolute massive suck of energy when X announced that once Crowell's done, that's it. And I just felt like it drew the energy out of the streams, out of the people that were on it, out of the people that were in the chat, just because we had nothing else to look forward to. You know, the first 8 to 12 hours of the stream, we were like,
we needed
batshit
David
crazy.
Sullivan to tweet "Don't go to bed," didn't we? To give us that little bit of hope.
No, because I would have gone around and
on it,
place.
yeah.
Because if you'd actually waited and then Alex Crowe had been the only one announced, I would have gone and buried him somewhere.
Do not interrupt him.
Who?
What he's getting up to at the minute.
Oh, what he's getting up being spat on.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
God.
strap.
Allegedly, we've got to put that in there. We can't just say it, because if it's not happening, we get in trouble. But allegedly, he was being spat on and being used with a dildo. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just
Do you
remember.
reckon he's tried the Angry Pirate?
I reckon she's done it on him.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, without a doubt.
Dirty Sanchez?
Spat it back in his eye.
Ugh. Phil.
When I got it.
Well, it's gone bedtime, isn't it? You know, it's 2 minutes.
I think it. You know what? I think it has. Listen, you beautiful people. I'd like to say thank you to this man here. I'd like to say thank you to that man there. I'd like to say thank you to this man underneath me. Not that I've ever said that too often in my life. Just for joining me on what has been a very interesting journey. I won't say it's been momentous, because we didn't quite get everything we required out of the day.
Yeah, but we got enough. We got enough. I know. Mine was hard to put a 5 out of 10, but a 5 out of 10, it's a strong 5 out of 10. Like we got a brilliant goalkeeper. We got a brilliant center half. We got a brilliant defensive midfielder, and he thought defensive midfielder, but he can go forward as well. We got him. Like, yo, Vlasic, he's central, so Antonio can drift wide, and you have somebody to pass the ball to. All in all, dude, I said it was a 5, but it's a good 5. That's a strong 5. Honestly, I think it's better than what Pellegrini signed when he was at the club, man. Honestly.
It's been successful because we've strengthened with the right players. It's not about how technically gifted they are. It's about how they fit in with what we're trying to build as a team, as a group of guys in the changing room. You know, they're all alongside, and if they don't fit, there's no point in bringing them in. Gacy,
I want to ask Milesy something. If you can get away from his phone, because Miles's in the building. Nah, ticket, nah. Milesy, who is your favorite? Yeah, there you go. See, my boy. Who is your favorite signing that we have got over this transfer window? 1 or 2, easily, yes.
Zuma for me.
And one more.
No,
was only signed 2 for 2 more.
No, one more. You got Zuma and what?
Zuma and Ariola.
Great to you. Who's your favorite 2?
I'd say Zuma and Ariola.
Okay, Duke, you. Who's your favorite 2?
I think it's the same as the other 2, Peach, and that's no disrespect to Alex Crowe or Vlasic. If I'm honest with you, I think Vlasic, as we mentioned earlier, people are not overly impressed because he had a stint in the Premiership, and it didn't go so well for him. But then I also remember that Mo Salah had a stint in the Premiership before, and it didn't go too well for him.
It was the same as Charlotte. It was the same as Charlotte for Chelsea. It was the same. Who was it? It was Salah, Schürrle, and De Bruyne at Chelsea. And they didn't nothing. Yeah, I agree with all of y'all. I agree with all of y'all. Honestly, I agree with all of y'all. Areola and Zuma, 100%. 199.999999999%. 100.
Someone has just tweeted that signing Jordan Hugill for £9 million in 2018 has really scared Moyes when it comes to signing strikers, because he hasn't signed one.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, dude. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
The last
Oh
thing
my
from me
days. Yo,
is
dude, when are you coming to Boston, dog? When are you coming to
Not soon
Boston?
enough.
I will take a train, a plane, automobile, whatever to Boston to link up with you, man. When are you coming to Boston, dog?
I'm not soon enough, Peach. If I'm honest with you.
right.
When you do, yo, we'll have a right,
I will
we'll have
let
a
you know
right
when I'm
piss up,
there.
dog. Straight up.
In fact, I'll let you know when I'm leaving.
Well, when
Yeah.
you do, we'll have a right pee up, man. Straight up. I ain't playing with you, man.
The last thing I wanted to say was the comment what Charlie made there. When we started out
Yeah.
this morning on 780 subscribers,
Yes.
and now we're sitting at 862. I'm,
Yes.
I am
Yes.
I am absolutely blown away, and
Buzzing.
Yes.
um,
Absolutely buzzing.
I'm not
Y'all
just saying it.
deserve that, man. Y'all deserve that. I don't business. Nobody could talk to me. Y'all deserve that. Because you talk the real banter. You get what I'm saying? Y'all talk the real banter. I ain't mentioning no names.
Ah!
'Cause I don't want to get in trouble. Yo, but yo, differently, y'all talk the real banter. Ain't no wish-washy, wash-wishy. How you mean stop fishy? It's kind of sound like salmon because it sounds too fishy. Straight up. We all talk the real banter, dog.
It's
Straight up,
not
man.
banter. It's not.
Yo, I'm putting myself out on the line, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You fell over.
But yeah, no, the new subscribers and even the ones from the start, the likes of Kent, Mike, Carl, Charlie, Peach, like everyone. But
So
it doesn't matter.
cheesy, like, yo, man,
It
trust
really
me,
doesn't
Jake.
matter
Like, yo,
who these are. And I just want to say, I know we sort of said it at the start, but all the other channels, and I really meant that, and we said that, Duke, on air, didn't we? I think Luke said it as well. What a West Ham family we've had today on streams.
yeah.
Yes.
And
It's
it was beautiful. It was beautiful when you had Luke on today. I rate that man like top 10 things. I rate
Luke
that man top
Metcalf
10 things.
was
I think he is a gentleman. I think he is a role model. I think he's like the best of the best. Honestly, I really do. I rate that man high. And when he was on today and he put on his dicky do and he was having a chat with us, like, oh, well, and West Ham Online, I got his back from now till sunshine. Straight up, man.
It's been a pleasure. I've got to say, as hard as it's been, and big respect to the guys that came on. Most of them could have turned around and told us to fuck off. Most of
Yeah,
them could have turned around and said, "Listen, I've got my own shit to contend with."
yeah.
You know,
yeah,
Luke was home with his little girl. You know, he could have
yeah,
turned around and said, "Guys, sorry, I can't." You know,
yeah.
Gonzo came on this evening with you, Rob. You know, we had Gio on earlier and a few of the other boys, and
Big up
I've got
Gio
a
and
lot of
Gonzo,
respect for
man.
these guys.
They're
You
like
know,
originators, dog.
so you've got
Straight up.
Gio and Gonzo that have come along and
And
worked alongside us today.
and
You've
that's
got
that's the
Jason
thing I love
Dan.
about this. To be honest with you guys,
Yes.
and I'm
Go
and I'm
on,
talking
JT.
to you three, but I'm also talking to anyone that watches this live or at their
Yeah,
own leisure. Is that, as I say, I go back to when Duke and I first came up with the idea to for the channel. You know, and we did the first stream over Zoom. Was it Zoom or Skype? I can't remember. It was one of those
I
two.
can't remember, mate.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
god, it was
obviously
so bad.
it's evolved since then. And I did have in the back of my mind that, you know, if we went to another YouTube channel that was doing the same thing as us and asked
Yeah,
them for the benefit of their experience, the pitfalls, any advice. And I was sitting there thinking, like you said, are they going to tell us to fuck off? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's like, you know, is it going to be a little bit of a sort of like a closed shop sort of thing, a little bit of,
who are
I'm
these
fighting for a
newcomers?
share. You can
Yeah,
bugger off and I don't want to know
yeah,
you.
yeah.
It's so far removed from the truth. It's just ridiculous. You know, my
Total
worries were
opposite.
completely unfounded. You
Like,
know,
you,
everybody that
you
we've
had
asked
Dan
for help.
Lawless on tonight. And
Yeah, yeah,
what a
yeah.
gentleman he is. Like,
Everybody
Dan
that we've
Lawless
asked
is
for
one of
help.
my favorites.
Yeah,
And he came on and just put two things down. And he's a magic man. Like,
yeah. I mean,
it's nothing but love, man.
every time we've asked a person that's
And
associated with not
Charlito, sorry to interrupt. I'm just going off now. Now you got Pete's going off. But Charlie Walsh,
bugger off.
Yeah. Come on, there you go. All right.
We love you.
No, I know
JT,
you do. That's why you
JT,
do that. That's
no
I
big
love that.
everyone that we've gone to at every stage, whether it's been Gio, Gonzo, Charlie at Hammer's Chat, whether it's been James Snedden from the Anvil, whether it's been Russ at West Ham Network, now formerly My Hammers 11. Every time we've asked these guys for a little, whether it's a bit of information, the benefit of their experience, whether it's their time by them joining us on a stream, helping us with a retweet to get some traction for a stream or a project or something we're doing. Like I say, they could have quite easily just turned around and said, listen, you're on your own, get on with it. We're not interested. Everyone's been so helpful. Really
and Russ Budding. Honestly, like I'm on mute. Russ Budding. Sorry, I was on mute. But DJ Rusty D, what a gentleman. What a gentleman, what a scholar, what an outstanding human being. Like I love that man. And I love Anton and Steli Asraku. Like I love all of y'all. Like y'all
we left one out, guys. We left one out because I left him out deliberately because I wanted to bring him up at the end, and I'm glad no one else has mentioned his name.
Oh, Ben Vander or JP? Ben Vander or JP?
I wanted to give him a special shout out.
Over there.
I wanted to give him a special shout out. I wanted to give him a special mention.
I'm being savage with the button tonight, aren't I?
You are. I want to give him a special shout out, and I want to give him a special mention. And I'm forever grateful for everything that he and his dad have done for me personally with what I've been trying to do with this show, with you, Gatesy, the advice that they've given us both. And he's down for, I do believe he's made the final of the young YouTube creator. And I just want to give a special shout out to Jake Cox, West Ham unofficial. Because I'm telling you what, I fully understand just how hard this actually is to do. Now, I obviously have a full-time job behind the scenes of this. I run a pub. Casey has a full-time job. He goes and does what he does. Andy's got a full-time job. He goes and does what he does. And then
I don't got shit right now. I'm unemployed, motherfucker.
I can believe that. No one can put up with your shit for longer than we do. And we, I struggle to get onto these streams because of everything that I do with the pub. Makes my job a little bit harder to come back and do some stuff with you guys.
I'll hold it down for y'all, man. Straight up.
Jake has been fantastic. Like I say, I know how hard it is to do this. And he's a 14-year-old lad. Who has worked bloody hard and has committed a lot of his own personal time for very little return from it. I know he's just now become monetized through YouTube, so he can earn a little bit of cash. And I've signed up, and these two boys here, I don't know about you, Pete, but we've signed up so we can give him a little bit of money as a thank you for what he does. And Mike, you're right. Jake is a superstar. And I'll tell you now, he handles himself so well. He handles himself so well when he's interviewing, when he's there. He did the interview with Frank McAvenny not so long ago, and he handled himself.
They're going to be next, dude. They're going to be next. They're going to be next.
Well, you say that. Gatesy, did you hear my video earlier that I did?
Yes, I did.
Mr. Macca has politely responded to our to one of our DMs.
I replied to him,
and he said we will definitely get something going.
I love that.
It's going to cost me a fortune when the man walks through my door because we know that he can drink. What we will do is we'll have something in place where if you guys can't make it to the pub, and if Frank McAvenny does come to the pub, if he can come to the pub and we can get something going, we will, and you guys in the chat can't make it to the night that we have in the pub, because I will try and do some sort of table set up where people can come and listen to what we do and how we're going to do it. there will be an option for you guys in the chat to buy Mr. McAvenny a drink.
May I
And
interject?
I love
help
that. Go
save
on,
our pocket.
JT. Go on, JT.
Do you not think that this might tie in with the little idea that I had a few months back?
Oh,
Yes, that's
come on,
exactly what I was
JT. Don't know, JT. What are you
That's
dealing
exactly
with?
where I want to go with it.
What are you dealing
Exactly
with, dog? What's up? What are you saying?
No.
It's my idea,
All
not
it
yours.
was,
No. What are you saying, dog?
all
Come
it
on,
was.
Casey, do it again. Do it again.
Come on, JT. Bring it.
I will if you let me get a word in
I'll do it.
edgeways.
I've done it for you. Don't worry about it.
That wasn't me
I'll
this
him out.
time, Pete.
He's gone.
That was him.
I'm just going to mute him. He's now muted, so he can stay
Yeah,
there on
fair
mute.
enough.
He can
Fair
laugh
enough.
for himself.
He can be on the naughty step. Casey, carry on.
All it was I floated an idea about doing something because there was something I found on YouTube, and it was actually to do with wrestling, believe it or not.
It was
WWE and all the rest of it, and it was a thing called Table for Three, if I remember correctly. And basically what it was, the first one I saw was any of you that know American WWF back in the day, wrestlers and particularly a commentator, probably most people my age would know him for, was a guy called Jesse Ventura.
Yep.
And he was getting
Jesse the
interviewed
Body.
along with Cactus Jack,
Yep.
Mick Foley, as he was latterly known. And there was another sort of like journalist in that genre, and they just basically sat down at a table. And I think Milesy and Duke are frozen. They just basically sat down at the table. Okay, yeah, but your picture's frozen.
No, that's frozen.
Anyway, they just sat down at a table and they were just talking about the industry of professional wrestling, about their careers, about people that they'd come across coming through the business, sort of working their way up, and then after they've retired, how their lives were, just general chit chat. And I just looked at it and went, Duke's got a pub. Duke's got a pub with tables. Duke's got a pub with tables that we could sit people down at, whether they're West Ham players, whether they're just support like me and Duke and Milesy and you, and literally just sit down and just talk about whatever we want to talk about that pertains to West Ham and our time as supporters or whatever, and just record it and put it out there. And it might be that people ain't interested. It might be that people go, that's a bollocks idea. It's a load of shit. And we look at it and go, okay, fine, and we bin it and dump it. But then again, people might look at it and go, actually, I quite like that as a concept. So there you go. Let me
tell you that there's a show I started watching last night, and I think it's like the start of WWF, to tell you the truth. It's named something else. The show's name is Heels, Heels, and it's about a wrestling corporation that are building from bottom to the top, and it's not called WWE or WWF, but I think that's where it is, because you see certain characters. I remember the loudmouth who always was on the megaphone, and he interviewed the yes. So you got a character like playing him, but his name's different, Rick something. Then you have like other wrestlers in the game that are similar to who were WWF. Very good. I just started watching it last night, and I recommend it to you. It's called Heels, Heels. I think you love it.
Because, of course, that in wrestling parlance is basically what we would call the bad guy.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Honestly, I didn't know why they called it that. I didn't know what that meant. Thank you very much. Now I know. But yeah, it's funny that you say that, because the boy, his dad, like, not to take any, no, I'm not even going to tell you because you got to watch it. But like, something happens, and then there's a wrestler named Ace who is the son of a father who was like brilliant in wrestling, and he has to kind of like, I don't know, he tried in one match, and then he has to come back and kind of redeem himself. And if his girlfriend kind of saying to him, like, if they cheer, they cheer. Or if they scream negative, you're still getting a response. And she's like, make them like boo, like rather than like cheer, like yay. And Oh no, it's magic. It's called Deals. You love it, Gatesy. Have a look at it,
Yeah.
man. Honestly, you love it. 100%.
Guys, can you hear me?
Can now. It was all black. You disappeared.
Yeah, you went
Are
all
we
black
back
guys.
as you hear us now?
I've got some news here. You
Go
guys
on,
can see it,
Gatesy.
but my
Go
wife's
on,
in the
Gatesy.
next room, and obviously she might be interested in this. Tottenham and Serge Aurier are in talks over a mutual contract termination.
It's all right back, isn't
I
it?
think she's happy about that. I don't think she rates him.
I'm not.
I remember watching a game with him with my missus, and he took a foul throw in the same match 3 times, I think it
I've
was.
seen that. I
3
remember
times.
that. Yep, I've seen that.
3 times in a match.
Yeah.
I'm like, once
Yeah.
is bad enough for a professional footballer.
Yeah.
Twice, oh my god, 3 times?
He didn't even put it behind his head. Like, it was like that. It was like throw ball things, man. I know. I've seen that.
All right, listen, you
There you
gorgeous people. Gatesy, bring your Dubra up, which is the whole reason we've done this show today, and do your shtick.
Okay, right. Well, there's 18 of you watching. Don't go anywhere because this is really important, and this is the reason why we're here. Young Isla, 6 years of age, little girl. She should have her whole life without any worries ahead of her. And she's battling neuroblastoma, and this is a cancer, and there ain't no treatment for it in the United Kingdom. Fantastic entity though the NHS is, there's no treatment for her here. So it forces her family into a situation where they've got to raise funds to pay for the treatment, to pay for the flights to and from wherever it is in the world that they've got to get the treatment at, their accommodation while they're there, their living costs while they're there. The bills are still coming in the UK because please don't think that EDF are going to say, yeah, that's not a problem. Don't worry about paying your electricity bill. Don't think that the council are going to turn around and say, don't need to worry about your council tax. They're still going to want their pound of flesh. That's life. So, guys, all we're asking you to do, we're not even asking you at the outset to put any money in. If you want to, that's entirely up to you. All we're asking you as an absolute minimum, this banner, the information that's on that banner is in the description below, Facebook and YouTube. At least it is, because I didn't set this stream up. I'm guessing it's there, Duke, is it?
Yeah.
Duke?
What's that, sorry?
The information on his banner, I normally put it in the description below.
No, it's there.
It's not on. Well, it might be on this one. I don't know. Oh, it is. Yes, okay. No, it is. Yes.
Okay, cool, brilliant. Okay, so just copy it, paste it, put it on your social media platforms with a little note as to what the appeal is about, to explain it to your friends, your followers, your work colleagues, your mates, whatever. The clock's ticking, and I wish I could paint it any other way, guys. This girl's dying. It's as stark as that. It really is, and and if that's just shocked you, good. It's got your attention. All right. So this little girl needs your help. Get it on your social media platform. Don't piss about. Get it on there now, right? And if you can put any money in the pot, there's the Just Giving link. Do what you got to do. I beg of you. Quite seriously.
The whole reason we were here, Casey. The whole reason that the man next to me came up with the idea to do this stream was to, just to get people. So that being said, guys, I know we've still got what we got, an extra 36 minutes. To be honest with you, I don't see us doing much else. So I'm going to sign us off. I'm going to sign us off in a way that I can do this. I can do that. Have that. Yeah, you can have me tie. I don't care. We're done.
Frozen my end. I don't know about you, Peach.
I haven't frozen your end.
Has Duke and Molesy frozen?
No,
you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Where are they? They're frozen, but I can hear them talking. They're looking at one another like we just won the FA Cup, but like you can hear them.
You lot that have been with us from start to finish have been wonderful. It's been, I'll be honest, it's been draining, but it's been an absolute pleasure to have done this today. I've really enjoyed myself. It's been difficult. Like, subscribe, and touch my bell. We're going to call it a day. Paige, Casey, thank you. Mr.
Thank you, my
Miles,
friend.
We
thank you
It's
so
always a
much
pleasure.
indeed.
Well, you
Always a pleasure, man. Straight up, man. You guys hold it down, man.
I'll be straight. You two deserve full credit because, as I say, I've
Yeah.
done a very minuscule amount of this thing, but for obvious reasons.
Yeah, but yo, Casey, come on, man. You
No.
you do
Listen,
enough, right? You do enough, right?
I
Like
went
on
to the-
Fedway still, man. Like don't doubt
I
yourself, right? Come on, man.
I went.
All you three, you do an excellent, superb job.
I love you, Pete. Shut up.
He's still talking. I've muted him. He's still talking.
I know you have.
I've muted you.
You two have done the bulk of the heavy lifting.
I've
here.
never had my mic muted so many times. Straight up, it's like, man, I don't like to hear my voice.
Oh, shut up.
He's gone.
Done. There you go.
I'm an
Done.
arsehole.
You still love y'all, so piss
No,
off.
you two boys have done the majority of the heavy lifting today, and all right, it's it is what it is. I had to go back to work today.
Big up yourself, man.
But credit to you boys because, as I say, I found it quite difficult that with nothing happening to try and find something to talk about. We talk about, oh, so what's your favorite holiday destination? Just because it was like, I'm running out of things to talk about here. I've already done in previous streams. What's your favorite pizza topping? What's your favorite? I mean, I did it earlier on, didn't I? What constitutes your favorite full English? And it's just like, do you know what? I'm just running out of things to chat about.
You have to have
what's
some
your
black
favorite
women
pair of
with that.
underpants?
I don't business. You have to have some black women with that and fried slice, and I'm good, dog. Fried slice, black pudding, beans, bacon, tomatoes. Yo, I ain't even paying, dog.
I was going to bed.
What's that, dog?
You've frozen again.
Gentlemen, no, Clayton, there's no more news. We're done. We're out. It's been a pleasure. I loved you all. It's been an amazing afternoon with you all, an amazing day with you all. Everyone enjoyed it.
No. Before you go. Hang on. Mr. Burford, VIP, he wants to know who's your favourite weather presenter.
Why do I always get cut out? Yo.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
I know it's not you. I know it's the two little scoundrels right there, guys. The two little scoundrels right there. The two.